Hello everybody, I'm TychoCelchuuu and welcome to the Natural Selection League Summer Cup number 1 Division B match between nuReign.K and Priori. nuReign.K playing as the Marines here on Summit over in Flight Control, and Priori playing as the Aliens over here on Data Core. And already we have a 2-2-1 split from the Marines, 2 to Crossroads, 1 up north to secure this extractor, and then 1 down to Computer Lab to secure this extractor. And the Aliens being pretty spread out too, heading for a Crag Hive. And just sending their skulks all out over the map to try and figure out where the Marines are. Maybe going to get an ambush going here. Priori Carnage and Priori Ritual are being very quiet, as is Priori Rusty. And here comes Sweetie Bot. They're all being very, very sneaky, and the Marines keeping a sharp eye out, but soon there's going to be 4 skulks. It's funny that he doesn't see them yet. Now he sees them. It's bite time, folks. It's bite time here on Natural Selection Summit, and all the Marines are dead. But Alice Taylor is like, oh, I better go fix this. And, oh, excellent shooting by Alice Taylor. Picks off one of the skulks. Priori Rusty's going to have to get out of there, at least temporarily. But they did clean up this extractor, which is what they wanted to do down here. So I wouldn't call it a complete loss for the Aliens. Cat Cop sliding around as a little gorgy, being the Alien Commander 2. Probably going to drop some Hydras over here to secure this very important point that's often harassed by Marines, no matter where Marines are. It seems like there's always Marines over here in Reactor Core. I don't know why. It's one of those things in Natural Selection 2. And this ambush, yeah, cleaning up Jin, no problem. There's just too many skulks there for that to happen. Carnage going to get out of there with just a bit of health. Clip Clop probably going to pursue him all the way, because there's no reason not to stop your extractor from getting shot down. We see no teching from the Marines yet so far, which is kind of interesting. Just kidding, they built an observatory. So that's going to be for phase tech, presumably. Summit, kind of a small map. Not super important to get phase tech. As things go, probably a more popular choice is to get Armor Weapons 1 or something. Rusty is under the ground, by the way, if you're curious about how this is looking. He's somewhere down here, climbing up on the wall. Boom, he's taken out, though. Poor little skulks, pretty gold on ground. And Aliens could not make this assault happen at all. This is a tough room for them. Oh, and Gorgie goes down, so it's not going to be the end of the world. That's not their main gorge. That's their commander gorging. They don't have a main gorge. But oh man, this extractor is down too. Nice pick off for the Aliens here. Carnage and Ritual getting that down, and maybe gonna chew this. So I maybe should have been watching that too to see what was up. But they're gonna trade a Harvester for an extractor, so not tremendous for the Aliens. Seeing as for the Marines, it's a little. Well, it's not easier for the Marines to secure their things, but it's more built into the Marine sort of teching assumptions that they're going to lose a bunch of harvesters or extractors, whereas the Aliens don't really want to be losing their harvesters at all. It's kind of annoying for them, especially because the harvester they lost is one of the 2 closest to their base, which those are the 3 that they want to secure. Alice Taylor calling for some ammo, low on the LMG stuff, and what do we got? We got skirmishing down here. It's going to be tough for these Aliens to come in unless they just decide to go all the way around somehow and get in from behind. Looks like that's the plan. They're taking the vent. It's a nice shortcut. As long as they don't get hit by Clip Clop, who's trying to sneak up on Ritual there in the center, they'll be good to go. Clip Clop does reveal himself, so the Aliens know they're on a timer, but they've also revealed themselves, so they know they're on a timer because they're biting down this extractor. Marines trying to figure out what to do. They're going with their phase gate. Like I said, they went up to phase tech, so they're just going to try and secure that south tech point, and meanwhile hold as much of the map as they can as possible. They're up to 6 extractors right now, going down to 5. So not bad for the Marines, and nice pressure here. But Jin and Alice Taylor's Cat Cops to come from behind. The commander is a skulk. The commander is biting. He's almost being welded. Oh no, that just welder shows that he's got it. Okay, Cat Cop doesn't make that happen. So unfortunate ambush from him there. I know there's a assumption that commanders are often not the greatest players when it comes down to fighting, and perhaps that is how it works with Cat Cop. But they're a strategic mind, so they know what they're doing elsewhere. And yeah, this is looking a little bad for the Marines. The phase gate's going to be completely bitten down. They do have one up in Crossroads, so that's BZK doing that for them. But they're just not really able to hold this territory against the Aliens. What's going well for them is that they've got a bunch of extractors, and even though they're being bitten down, they're still fairly able to keep them alive. So not looking dire for them yet. They've got Shotgun started as their first research, and that's going to give them just tremendous killing power against these skulks, who only have 2 carapace research so far. I'm sorry I say carapace. Everyone says say carapace, and this is being built up with a welder, you can tell, because it's sort of blue and okay, whatever. It's a fight. It's a fight. Exciting, exciting, exciting. One of the scopes goes down to a nice pistol shooting from BZK, but that's not going to be anywhere near enough to take out all three, especially in such a... Oh man, Shades chooses a bad time to evolve and upgrade and just gets picked off as an egg, and now it's time for Clop to scare off Ritual, who is actually gets out of there alive, which is impressive, but this thing lives to fight another day, and by fight, I mean suck resources from the ground and send them to the hive mind. Oh, that was a close one. Carnage with 4%. You are a lucky little skulk, and now you can just bite the hell out of this thing. That's really nice for the aliens. Whenever they win a fight, just by the skin of their teeth, and they can go on to bite an extractor, which is good. Oh, whew, this harvester close to dying without the infestation. Still ticking down. It's not spreading. It's spreading in this direction. No. Okay, good. Oh, no, it's still ticking down. Oh, whew, that was close. That would have been painful. Hate to see that. And so now the shotguns are out. Shades just gets owned with one. The aliens are probably thinking, whoop, time to step up our harassment thing, because the fights are going to go badly for us from now on. Scan dropped for Alice Taylor, so he knows exactly, or she knows exactly, I don't know if it's a he or she, knows exactly where these skulks are, so it's going to be a really easy fight, except there's two of them, so it's a deadly game of cat and mouse. And Alice does clean up one of the skulks, another one going down a harvester down here too. So the aliens really feeling some res pressure, I think. They're saving for fades. We got 34, 33, 34, and 34 team res on these aliens. So, or P-res, god. Oh no, another bad place to egg! Aliens having bad egg luck. So far, these upgrades are hurting them more than they're helping, because they want to get... Oh man, nice pick off of the OBS there. It's not a huge deal because the OBS is a fairly cheap building. And whatever. And it's not like losing phase tech doesn't actually shut down your phase gates. It just shuts down your ability to build new phase gates. So it's not like anyone cares about that. Aliens up to 4 harvesters, so that's nice. And they've also claimed this atrium hive. So looks like... So the Marines know they're there, of course. They see this thing getting killed by the infestation. But question is, are the Marines going to try and pressure the aliens there, or are they going to go ahead hit the alien south hive, cleaning up these skulls? Clip-Clop is the MVP so far, just doing serious damage. Oh, comes from behind. That was a sloppy play, I think, by Lunar Probe, not having the behind covered. But it doesn't matter. They just turn their shotguns on the skulks and everybody dies. Carnage trying to get a parasite off. You saw his energy deplete quite a bit there, and looks like Cat Cop has been picked off up here, is probably trying to grow the hive, and this might be really bad for the aliens if they can't reinforce that hive. And if they do try and reinforce that hive, these 3 Marines are probably going to move in it, unless Carnage can do some serious damage in this ambush. Does clean up one of the Marines. Oh, and he's down, so it looks like Rusty and Sweetbot are just going to try and destroy all these Marines, and I don't know. This is going to be a tough spot for the aliens, except some good play by Ritual here takes out one of the Marines, so now we're just down to Jin with the shotgun in the hive. The question is, why are the Marines not getting a phase gate up here? They just now have the resources for it, and actually now they don't. They probably dropped a med pack somewhere down here. Maybe they're focusing more on this south point. The Marines have to figure out where they want to push. Do they want to push up in this hive, or do they want to push in this hive? I feel like doing the split push is just asking to get killed by the aliens. At some point, the aliens are just going to figure out what it's going to take, and they're going to come in, they're going to kill everybody. This is a bad place to egg. Stop doing that, aliens. Now they lose 2 people. Carnage and Ritual dead in this hive. Shades does get one of those Marines, so this is looking better for the aliens. Alice Taylor has pulled out, trying to figure out what they want to do. Why aren't you dropping a phase gate here? I don't know. I guess they haven't decided to push on this hive. Maybe they could drop a phase gate up here. It's a question of what they want to do. This power is not dead yet, so now that's a good time. But these Marines in the hive are finally going to die, because this is where all the aliens are spawning, which makes sense. So I would have suggested committing to this attack instead of keeping so much pressure up on here. That guy was flying around. And now the Marines may be a bit on the back foot, unless they can like take this thing out with a nice shotgun rush or something. I have a feeling the aliens are just going to all be streaming up here, and in fact, if you look at the minimap, you notice all the aliens are streaming up here except one diversionary attack in Crossroads. So I'm having trouble seeing how the Marines are going to be able to keep pressure on these aliens, and I think this hive is going to get grown, no problem. The aliens are going to have a nice sort of base to it from which to attack the Marines down here in Crevice. And whew, I thought that was a diversionary attack, but we have our first fade of the match. Carnage has faded, and Rusty is fading. Cat Cop is not fading. Shades is fading, and Sweetbot we're going to see fading soon, presumably. And so things looking much, much better for the aliens than they ever have before. And unless they get some lucky shotgun pickoffs, the Marines are going to be in trouble. So they went to Armor 1, then immediately to Armor 2, which is kind of strange. I don't think Armor 2 is going to give you survival against an extra fade swipe, and it certainly doesn't give you survival against an extra skulk bite. So I would have suggested weapons at some point, because the weapons are what you need to kill these fades. It's not survivability that you need, it's the damage you need to put on these fades really quick to force them off. Shades coming back, being real sneaky. The Jin thought he scared him off, but here comes Shades. Misses 2 shots. 3rd shotgun connects. 4th misses. 5th misses, and Carnage is dead. Oh no, Fade is down here, lost his first Fade. That's going to be a huge blow to the aliens, and this is what the Marines need to take this game. Once you clear out that first set of higher life forms that the aliens evolve, then there's very little that's going to stop you as you steamroll your way into whatever alien base you choose to assault. Meanwhile, the aliens are using their dead Fade to great effect. He sacrificed his life so that they could take Crossroads, and in fact, if the aliens were feeling like being crazy, they could just drop this hive right here and say, look, we're going to defend this thing, and Marines, you're going to have to be completely split up where you want to push. Do you want to hit our hive in Atrium? Do you want to hit our hive in Crossroads? You have no chance to get both of them, and then once the Marines have to get focused somewhere, then the aliens just come in with their Fades and try and take them out. I think that actually be a bit of a bad idea because the Marines are going to be more powerful to the extent to which their firepower is concentrated. So you want the Marines split up. The Marines are establishing a base here, and so I think it's almost in the aliens' favor to let this base get up, and then as the Marines are split up, just hit all these bases. Just go around in a pack of Fades and keep the Marines moving from base to base, phasing from base to base, never establishing a foothold anywhere else on the map, and then meanwhile just bite down their res. They have bit down their res, maybe build an extractor here, build an extractor here, and it looks like exactly what the aliens' plan might be at this point, except right now their first goal is to fight off Luminar Probe and Alice Taylor. Carnage getting dangerously low as a Fade, and they're all blocking each other here, so they need to clean up this little attack. BZK coming in with another shock, and this could be pretty bad for the aliens if the Marines continue to establish a foothold here. It looks like they were going to be able to force them off, but maybe not. They've got regen on this guy having evolved 3 Crags, and now they got a shift hive too, so they'll see some shifts soon. Biobomb is completed, so it looks like they're planning with some Gorge rushing on one of these bases. Nice moving in. They're going to destroy Clip Clop and probably grind on the phase gate. Boom, that thing is going to go down extremely fast. The one Marine, BZK walking back to the phase gate, but the rest of the Marines out of position. This is not going to happen. If BZK phases through, he's going to get destroyed. And here's the enzyme. He phases through, and he gets destroyed. Just kidding. He scares off the Fades because Lunar Probe is here. Oh man, if they pick off a Fade in this fight, that would be good. Here comes Sweetie Bot is a Skulk, and I'm surprised the Marines held that. They just sort of managed to come up here through from Computer Lab, I suppose, and get to Crossroads, or from this passage. I wasn't really watching very closely. Maybe it was actually from this passage. There were some Marines up there in Crevice, and so they held Crossroads, looking good for the Marines, except they're still sort of on the back foot. Aren't able to use their shotguns to push in and do some serious damage. Rusty meeting Alice Taylor and just has to pull out, so I like the Marines holding on to ventilation down here. I think that's really important. It's what's keeping the aliens from just deciding to go wherever they want and attack whatever they want. They have to always have in the back of their mind ventilation. They have to clear out this thing in ventilation. They can't focus attacks on Crossroads for too long, or attacks anywhere else on the map for that matter for too long, because ventilation is always this thorn in their side. But it's not a thorn in their side anymore. It looks like they cleared it out, and now they'll be able to choose between pushing sub-access and pushing Crossroads. I'm interested to see what the aliens are going to do with their new sort of strategic position. They are dropping this Harvester up here, building it with the Drifter, and they've got their 3 spurs, so that's Adrenaline. Oh, poof, you are dead. Carnage down as a Skulk. So Adrenaline and Celerity, both good upgrades for Fades. I know a lot of people prefer Adrenaline because the blinking is the all-important thing for the Fades, but really Celerity is tremendous too. Movement speed on a Fade is no joke. We got a Marine pressuring this Crevice thing. Lunar Probe just destroyed. That was probably a waste of a shotgun. I'm not sure how many shotguns they can keep buying. You notice Lunar Probe is only at 20 personal resources. Shotguns now cost 10 personal resources in the special balance patch we have for this summer cup, and so it's not, or no, that's the upgrade, I think, is 10. It still costs money for, okay, whatever. This extractor is dead, and now the aliens are hitting here, so this is what they do with their newfound freedom. They hit that extractor, then they hit maybe this base. No, it looks like they're all transitioning up here. Cat Cup trying to biobomb, but it was a suicide biobomb, basically. And this attack really didn't work. There just weren't enough aliens here. All the Marine team was here. They can just phase through pretty easily. I guess they killed a turret or something, but yeah, not really happening for the aliens. Instead, they're doing a focused attack here. Everyone can phase through, but the phase gate is too low, and this is going to kill this phase gate. Nice choice by the aliens here after an abortive attack up here, losing their little Gorgy Cat Cop. Marines are going to have to maybe double down in Crossroads if they want to work. Lunar Probe still doing this pressure, so that's an interesting choice by the Marines. I'm not sure it's the best use of their time to send one of their men constantly over to Crevice to keep that Harvester down. The aliens can just make do with the 3 that they got. It is good that they've kept the aliens to 3 for so long, though. This could have easily been an alien-controlled position, but with this phase gate down the south, they were keeping a hold of ventilation. In fact, they've even still got ventilation, even after they cleared the aliens out, or even after the aliens cleared them out. This is going to be an ugly fight for Carnage, I think. I don't see what's stopping the Marines from just chasing him down. They've got the scan. They know where Sweetie Bot is, presumably, and this is going to be killing. Yeah, know exactly where the Skulk is because the power's being bit, but now the lights are off, and I don't think they can see the Gorge. I can't even see the Gorge. The Gorge is out of here. The Gorge is around a corner or something, but the power is down. There's the Gorge. And that's not the Gorge. That's the Gorge. Up here. Whatever. How are the Fades doing? Man, Fades had a nice window when everything was pitch black. Like, oh man, it is terrifying for Fades coming into the pitch black. And now Carnage doing the biobomb over the railing. Over across this thing is a nice place to biobomb, but you're very open to Marine fire, and Carnage got quite low. Shade's doing a bit of back and forth. They're just trying to keep these Marines sort of stuck in here until the rest of the Marines, or the rest of the aliens can show up. The assault has commenced in force. The Fades have caught a Marine out down here, but he's nano shielded, so he's going to be able to really get good shotgun hits in on these people. The rest of the Marines are focus firing just whatever alien comes into their sights. All the Fades get out, probably with a lot of health. We got some spores in here. No, not spores. Something the Drifter can do, presumably. The Enzyme Cloud, perhaps. And Carnage, the last remaining alien there, that's really not going to happen. Has to heal himself out. These Fades need to not go in one-on-one, but somehow all the Marines have left. There's just 2 remaining here, getting some good hits in on Shades. Ritual not even hurt, but he's just going to go out and kill this thing. I guess the Marines phased up here is what happened once got established. So, exciting match so far, back and forth, no one really taking the lead. Marines are up to weapons 2 and armor 2, so that's really going to help them. Going to be interested to see what they tech to next. And aliens just, I feel like they need to do a better job of committing when they commit. We had this attack down here, but it was sort of an abortive attack. They got the power down, but then they sort of let themselves get pushed off, didn't really fight it out, and being a little cautious, I think. Their Gorge decided to go over here and try and biobomb that thing, but without Fade support, it didn't actually happen. All the Marines had to do was phase through here and then shoot across this ledge here. And the Gorge from over here can hit the phase gate, which is nice, but can't actually make anything happen from it. Meanwhile, a huge clusterfuck of an attack over here. These Marines trying to hold off against all these phases. Mac is just getting destroyed, and double Gorge biobomb plus the Fades clean all these people up. So that is nice. It looks like Rust's going to be quiet or something with the walk, but they're just going to walk into the Marine base, try and biobomb this thing down. The commander has to hop out of the chair because things are looking so bad. Just down here, the nice sightlines for the Marines in this place. It's a nice place to fight, and Carnage goes down to some pistol firing. That's the Gorge, and Cat Cop goes down to some pistol firing. So they managed to take out the biobombers. That's the issue with attacking with Gorges and Fades. The Fades always want to run away, and the Gorges always can't run away, so then the Gorges just get destroyed. They did a bit of damage with the biobombs, but nothing serious. That was really not the best option, I think, for the aliens. If they had had one more Fade in that fight or something, or maybe Sweetie Bot had been there, I'm not sure. Looks like Sweetie Bot's fading. Oh, Sweetie Bot's Onosing right now, so that's really painful. Had that Onos been in that fight, an Onos plus 2 Gorges and 2 Fades is an entirely different proposition than 2 Gorges and 2 Fades. The Gorges would have had much more survivability because the Onos would have been the obvious focus fire target. The Fades would have been able to stick around much longer because the Onos would have been the obvious focus fire target. And I think that could have ended the game right there if they had waited like another a minute or so. Sweetie Bot says, look, I'm gonna Onos. Don't hit the Marine base. It's there wasn't any special timing there. It's not like the Marines were like out of their base or something. The commander did have to hop out of the chair, but frankly they could have just phased through from everywhere, and they could have beaconed if things got really dire. So I think that was a tactical mistake from the aliens. They are gorging up again, Cat Cop and Carnage. I'm assuming Cat Cop is gorging. Yep, Cat Cop is gorging. So here we go. We've got Carnage, and the Onos is being all sneaky Onos, and here comes the Onos charging around the corner, heading into Lunar Probe, getting 2, 3 good gores, heading into BZK, getting 1, 2, 3 good gores, heading into Jin, getting, whoa, this is a tough place for an Onos. 1, 2, okay, then that's the Fade cleaning it up. Sweetie Bot's going to pull out, get healed up by the Gorge a bit. They're also grinding on these turrets, no problem. Bio-bombing this stuff, no problem. Marines totally going to lose this base. They don't even try and phase through. They're on their back foot right now. They don't know what to do. They got a pressure team heading up north, not sure how much damage they'll be able to inflict. Lunar Probe's just fucking around killing drifters. Meanwhile, everyone else is trying to make a last stand at Crossroads or something. This is bad. The Fades are suddenly spread out all over the map. We got an advanced armory upgrade started for the Marines. Maybe we could get them some jetpacks to fight against these Onos. This Onos or even Exo. Might even catch a Fade here. Oof, misses a couple shots on. Oh wait, that's an LMG. Doesn't miss a couple shots. But a Fade does clear up this Marine down here. I think that was Alice Taylor. And so Aliens, interesting idea, splitting up like this, sending their fades out around the map. Rusty, really low health down here. SweetieBot just working on the power, trying to defend this hive. So Aliens being super cautious with their Onos, and but still being aggressive with the fades, which is a very neat choice. You normally see sort of people form up, well, you don't normally see, but you often see people form up around the Onos and then head in. But this is just working tremendously for them. The Marines were being really tentative with all their defenses, worried about an Onos showing up and just wrecking everything. And they really weren't able to defend Crossroads until belatedly. And so I think the Marines are really on the back foot at this point in the 20-minute mark. Aliens have killed 19 extractors, which is a pretty good. Blind likes to say you kill 1 per minute is sort of a good rate for the Aliens to be killing these Marine extractors. And man, I love this aggressive fades now. With the Onos on the field, the Marines can't just like leave something undefended. They gotta sort of stick together, and when they just, since they need to only send out a few Marines at a time because the rest have to be defending from the Onos, the few Marines really just get picked off by these fades. So that's pretty sweet. And Rusty's still working on this. I feel like he's been there forever. Clip-Clop coming in. Is Clip-Clop gonna kill Rusty? Rusty's gotta know he's coming. Whoop, it's another fade. It's a fight, and Clip-Clop is not getting nano-shielded. Clip-Clop is dead. BZK comes in to try and save things. Does get the shotgun, so that's nice, but that's the end of that extractor. Nice job for the Aliens, keeping this pressure up, and I'm surprised the Marines are able to hold on this much. I suppose it's from the Onos not being used in any crazy aggressive stuff. They just cleared this out. They're playing the long game. Sub-access is finished. The Aliens have 4 pretty safe resources, 3 in the hives, and then 1 down here in ventilate. Wait, they have 4. They have 6. What am I talking about? They have 5, because Reactor Core also counts as a fairly safe resource for them. So looking pretty ugly for the Marines until they get jetpacks, which is going to be a while. They don't even have a proto lab as far as I know. This going to be a problem for the Onos. They're trying to hold out as well as they can against the fades. If they can kill any of the fades, things will be good. But here comes SweetieBot sneaking up, hiding around this corner. This could be the beginning of the end for the Marines. Getting cleared out by the Onos. The jig is up now. Man, oh, this could be the end of the Onos. This is massive shot fire, but no, SweetieBot doesn't give a shit. SweetieBot just comes in and destroys everybody, just wrecks everybody. Probably level 3 carapace going on that thing. We have a Shade Hive started, so we'll get 3 Veils. Give them some sort of cloaking. I don't know if they want some cloaking. And this is looking pretty good for the Aliens. They're starting to starve the Marines. Marines down to 3 extractors. Rusty working on that one. Rusty is being a pro at getting these things down, and the Marines just haven't been able to mount any sort of offensive for the last, like, I don't know, 22 minutes. It feels like they just can't leave their bases, or an Onos is going to come in and wreck everything. So now we have jetpack research started. Marines really hurting on the resources, but they got enough personal resources for pretty much everyone to buy a jetpack. So potentially they can make something happen there. The jetpacks are nice, not only for fighting the Onos. Oh no, Rusty gets caught! Ah! Where are you, Rusty? Run away! Rusty died. Fucking Rusty fell into the pit. That's the end of the fade. So that could be really good for the Marines. Rusty at 38 personal resources, so probably gonna just fade up again. But that's pretty sweet. Gorge Tunnel's complete. That's gonna really help the Aliens hold this map. SweetieBot somehow made it all the way back up here. Without the help of Gorge Tunnels, and boom, Ritual comes in trying to bait these Marines, and so no, forget the bait. SweetieBot's just like, that's what an Onos sounds like. And it's funny, Aliens don't make a lot of noises. I feel like they make like sounds when they move and stuff, but they don't make like noises as much. They all have the chuckle, I shouldn't do that. I need to save my throat. I'm going to be casting like 1,000 matches today. So the first veil is completed. The Aliens just, ooh, man, nice bow bombing from this Gorge. It was suicide bow bomb, prior carnage, but 34% on this phase gate. They're welding it back up now, but phew, this would be a nice place for the Aliens to attack. Once that diversionary attack on Crossroads was going in, that would be the time to hit the Marine base, but no. Aliens playing it slow and steady, and they might pay for it. Jetpack research complete. I really think like the Aliens ought to have gone for the jugular sooner, and SweetieBot just running around behind enemy lines. I don't think biding your time is what you want to do as Aliens. Look, you have your sort of end game composition once you've got a bunch of fades and an Onos and a Gorge. Like, it's not, you're not going to get better life forms than that, and the Marines are just going to get better and better technology. So that's the point at which you want to push. As soon as that Onos pops, as soon as you got the fades, or even wait for the 3 veils if you're like crazy, but even that's not necessary. And if it was necessary, they had those a while ago. They just, like, what are they waiting for is the question. Like, do you really need to secure this much more of the map? That's not going to make the Marines weaker. It's just going to put you in a better position as the game goes forward relative to the Marines. But being in a better position relative is not the same as being in a better position absolute. We have the climactic battle perhaps here in Crossroads. Aliens take out the phase gate. That's going to stop all the Marine reinforcements. So all these other Marines with their jetpacks, it doesn't even matter. They're just going to try and kill any aliens they can, but they're being pushed off. This is at long range, so the aliens are not going to engage in this. They're just going to all heal up, and then the phase is going to blink in and trying to clean out these Marines. They can just jetpack away, so it's going to be pretty easy for them to survive in here. Clip Clop finally goes down, and BZK and Lunar Probe still getting in the good fight, but I don't think this is something the Marines can win unless the aliens screw up. They have to get themselves trapped or something. These jetpacks will give the Marines survivability and chasing cover. Nope! NRK calls GG. Excellent game, I think. Aliens could have been more aggressive, but had a lot of fun watching it, and join me next time. I didn't hit the stop recording button, did I?